Nithyanandeshwara Samarambam Nithyanandeshwari Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Sarvanyapita Yajamans, Satsangis, Srimahans, Mahans, Tanedar, Kotari, everyone sitting with us all over the world. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Let me enter into today's subject, living Shuddhadvaita process. Listen carefully. Please listen. Come to the space of listening. The science of living Shuddhadvaita process. Today, the sacred secret science I wanted to share with you is mystery of the matrix. Listen. Jiva. Listen. The individual existence, perceptual, experiential, comparative, all put together. Your individual existence is Jiva. It goes through 25 states of consciousness. From sleeping, dreaming, sleeping, waking, awakened, waking. Totally 25 various states of consciousness you go through as a Jiva. Jagat, the universe. It has 11 dimensions. Length, breadth, depth is all you know. Time and space still scientists are exploring. But various permutations and combinations of length, breadth, depth, time and space forms 11 dimensions. That is the Jagat, universe. Sadashiva, Ishvara, who manifests as 5 dimension and unmanifest part of him. That is Ishvara. Listen. Jiva, soul. Jagat, universe. Ishvara, Sadashiva. The matrix between these three is called Sri Vidya. The knowledge of Sri. Sri means Adi Shakti. The knowledge of Adi Shakti is the knowledge which will liberate you from this matrix. Understand? When you are caught in this matrix, whatever you think you are, you will continue to be slave. It is like a lion hypnotized all the sheep, saying that you are all lion. Don't bring lion cub story here. It is different. It's a different lion. The lion hypnotized all the sheep, saying you are all lions. So you can come without fear every day. He will have one. Even what society teaches you, the choices as freedom is nothing but you being hypnotized. You being sheep and hypnotized as lion. Understand? That is why Kathopanishad again and again insists on right, not the pleasant. If both can come together, great. If you have to make a choice, always right, not the pleasant. Because most of the time, in the form of the pleasant, enters matrix into you. Listen. Listen. I'll tell you, when you fall into the matrix, Maya, when you fall into the Maya, I'll tell you exactly. Listen carefully. I'll give you this example. Listen carefully. You come and ask me, Swamiji, give me the way for enlightenment. I tell you nothing. Just have integrity and listening with the Guru. You will immediately be liberated. And you start thinking, oh God, integrity means I have to be completely in tune with what he is telling. And listening, maybe. I think I tried 2-3 times, it did not work out. So I'll start practicing first integrity with my father, mother, brother, husband, father-in-law, son-in-law, daughter-in-law. Then I'll bring integrity with master. Gone. You have already fallen into the matrix. Listen. If you feel, the moment you feel, I tried being integrated and listening, but enlightenment did not happen. When you come with that statement, when you come to that statement itself, decide, no, will persistence is the solution, not dilution. Understand the first principle. The first principle itself should be practiced with will persistence. The moment you feel you need a second principle, you have fallen into the matrix. Over. You have fallen into the matrix. If I say, unclutch now, I'll give you enlightenment. and you say, I tried unclutching many times, it doesn't work. So let me start the completion. I'll pen down all my pain pattern and complete one by one and remove all the load and do the catharsis, cleaning up. Then I'll come to the unclutching. Gone. You are under matrix. You are under Maya. The first principle. If I say unclutch now, I'll give you enlightenment. If I say come to integrity and listening now, I'll give you enlightenment. Hanging on to that, if you are failing, use persistence to make it successful without dilution, is Sri Vidya. Sri Vidya means the will persistence. To master the mystery of the matrix, how this Jiva Ishvara Jagat is spinned around, how this Jiva Ishvara Jagat overlaps on each other, how this Jiva Ishvara Jagat coordinates with each other, how this Jiva Ishvara Jagat moves with each other. Whenever you do not compromise on the first principle, first word. For example, I utter Shivatvamasi. It means you are Shiva. Then you declare Sadashivoham. Decide to be in that space. If you are missing, use will persistence to be in that space again and again. But the moment you decide, it is not happening, so let me pick up some methodology or some situation, some completion, some process, something through which I will travel and reach Sadashivoham. Gone. You are under matrix. You are under Maya. Understand. Of course, I do not want to give up on you, so I will support you, because I don't want you to disappear once for all. So when you come back to me and asking, that is not working out, Swamiji, straight unclutching, Shivatvamasi, all that, can you do something? Then I'll say, okay. Come on now, sit and pen down all the pattern you have about money, wealth, health, sleep, boredom, tiredness. Pick up the mirror, put your eyes on the mirror. Mirror completion is not a technique, it is a punishment. For not living up to the first principle. All technique is torture, understand? All technique is torture. A person who has given the maximum number of technique is making this statement. When you compromise on the primary principle, first principle, Mahavagya. Why Shvetaketu heard Tattvamasi, immediately become enlightened? Why not me? Why even after hearing Shivatvamasi, I am not establishing myself in Sadashivoham. If you are not, then bring will persistence for support, not dilution. The moment you bring dilution, you are under the matrix. Over. Under the matrix, you can even be made to feel you are enlightened and liberated. Under the matrix, you can have the delusion of enlightenment. Like how choice is the poor translation of freedom. God is the poor translation of Sadashiva. Siddhis, poor translation of, occultism, poor translation of Siddhis. Mysticism, poor translation of Shaktis. Religion, poor translation for Hinduism. Understand this basic truth. Understand the basic truth. Do not compromise on first principle. If the first principle is not becoming reality to you, if the Mahavagya is not becoming reality to you, use will persistence to make it into reality, not any techniques to make it into reality. Listen. Mahavagya of living Shuddhadvaita process is Sivatvamasi from my side. Shivoham or Sadashivoham in your side. Mahavagya always is two. Tattvamasi from Guru's side, Aham Brahmasmi from the disciple's side. Shivatvamasi from Guru's side, Sadashivoham from disciple's side. In Vedanta, Mahavagya is Tattvamasi from Shiva's side, from the Guru's side. Both one and the same, it's okay. Tattvamasi from the Guru's side, Aham Brahmasmi from the disciple's side. In Agamanta, Shivatvamasi is from the Guru's side, Sadashivoham is from disciple's side. This is the primary principle, first principle, original Mahavagya. Whenever you struggle in realizing the original Mahavagya, whenever you have trouble in realizing the original Mahavagya, whenever you have problem in realizing original Mahavagya as it is, use will persistence alone for realizing. Any other technique brought into the system for support, gone. You are under matrix. You are under Maya. You are under matrix. Inside the matrix, you can continue to be made to believe. You can be made to believe you are liberated, you are enlightened. Understand? That is why I insist. Any completion has to manifest as power. Any completion has to manifest as power. If not, it is completion within the matrix. Means you are made to believe you are complete. You are in the delusion, you are in completion. Understand? The primary principle, Sri Vidya. Why I am using the word Sri Vidya? Sadashiva very clearly says, what I teach is Agama, what I practiced is Sri Vidya. In Dvadasanta, when he explains the 11 dimensions of consciousness, he beautifully describes. That is why, for the primary principle, for the first principle, I am using the word Sri Vidya. Sri Vidya. Listen. Listen. Look in. Do not allow the third statement formation in you when you listen to the Mahavagya. Listen. Now I am giving you the Mahavagya again. Shivatvamasi, 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 Shivatvamasi. Decide. Sadashivoham, Sadashivoham, Sadashivoham. Any doubt? Any question? Any hatred? Any denial? Anything other than the first principle's experience, handle it with will persistence. Handle it with will persistence. Decide, by my will persistence, I'll make Sadashivoham into reality. I'll break this matrix. I'll demystify the mystery of the matrix. I'll break this matrix by the will persistence, not by getting into any methodology, technique, process, which is inside the boundary of the matrix. If you are trying to use an agent to break a matrix, how foolish you are. The third statement, if you make, oh, it is not becoming reality. Should I go for completion, yoga, puja, all that? And then understand, puja is not wrong. Completion is not wrong. Homa is not wrong. Yoga is not wrong. But if you think that is, you are doing that for the sake of realizing the first principle as a methodology, because you are not able to realize it in the first place, then the whole thing is wrong. Understand, let puja happen from the space of Sadashivoham. Let yoga happen from the space of Sadashivoham. Let homa happen from the space of Sadashivoham. Let everything happen from the space of Sadashivoham. Not because you are not able to catch Sadashivoham. Let puja, homa, yoga, kirtan, panchakriya, what not, everything, let it happen from the space of Sadashivoham, not because you are not able to reach Sadashivoham. Compromising on the first principle, the third statement, if you make in you, gone. You are under the matrix. The first statement is Shivatvamasi and Sadashivoham. Second statement, if it is not becoming reality, Will persistence is the solution. That's all. No third statement. If there is a continuation of the third statement, gone. You are already in the Maya matrix. Matrix can give you the delusion. You are liberated. Matrix can give you the delusion. You are enlightened. Understand? Currency is the poor wealth. Whoever thinks currency is the only wealth and has only currency is the poorest man. Wealth means knowing clearly you have plenty of time and space and everything to do what you want and to live the way you want. To do what you want and to exist the way you want is wealth. Taking life like sipping coffee and knowing that it's going to be forever available to you. That is wealth. That is wealth. Currency is the poor version of wealth. If you have only currency and you think you are wealthy, I tell you, you are too poor. You are too poor. If you are educated only in the schools and you think you are educated, be very clear you are uneducated. The kid who is educated only in the school is uneducated. Listen. The moment you enter into the third statement, you are under matrix, under Maya. And once you are under the matrix, under the Maya, it is like you go and ask the agents, let me have wealth and somebody very important. What's the use? What's the use? No. No use. Will persistence without landing into the third statement. I'll repeat once more the first statement. Shivatvamasi from Guru's side. Sadashivoham from disciple's side. Or Tattvamasi from Guru's side. Aham Brahmasmi from disciple's side. This is the first principle, first statement. The second statement, if it is not becoming reality for me immediately, what should I do? Will persistence and making it happen. No question of third statement. If you allow the third statement, I think it is not, it is difficult, complicated, too much. It's going above my head. I will start from where I am. First I will do pranayama. Boom. And bend my belly, yoga. And do puja. And do completion. And with all this practice, one day suddenly Sadashivoham will become reality. No. The moment you come to the third statement, you are under matrix. Maya. Over. Inside the matrix. Even your liberation is delusion. If you are struggling with the first principle, with the will persistence, even your struggling is liberation. Even your struggling is living enlightenment. Understand, without falling into the Maya matrix, the third statement, even if you are struggling with the will persistence your whole life, it is living enlightenment. If you come to the third statement, even if you are doing the whole routine perfectly, you will not be able to, even if you morning yoga, Panchakriya, 5 o'clock yoga, 6 o'clock Panchakriya, 7 o'clock puja, 7:30 kirtan, 8 o'clock satsang, everything. You will only be under a delusion. I am not saying don't do all this. I am saying let all this happen, not by compromising on the first principle and moving to the third statement. No. Let all this happen by being in the first statement or second statement, not by being in the third statement. No. Third statement is the third-rate statement. Third strategy is the third-rate strategy. This is the Facebook status for all of you today. First statement, Shivatvamasi Sadashivoham, Tattvamasi Aham Brahmasmi. Second statement, if it is not becoming reality immediately, only will persistence, nothing else. Third statement, no third statement for Nithyananda's disciples. This is the Facebook status for all of you. This is the Vakyartha Sada subject for all of you. I am not saying don't do yoga. I am not saying don't do puja. I am not saying don't do kirtan. Do all that from the declaration, I am Sadashiva. I am dancing because I am Sadashiva. Understand, puja is to entangle with the God, not to beg from Him. I am Sadashiva, so I sit with my space and offer the highest respect for my space. When you finish the puja, whatever you offer to Atmalinga, the Nivedya, flowers, everything, put it in this body, saying, "Oh Prabhu, reside here and accept." "Oh Sadashiva, I invoked you here. Now reside here and accept." No third statement is the third statement. This is the subject for Vakyartha Sadas. This is the subject for Facebook status. This is the subject for living your life forever. Will persistence will make you understand the mystery of the matrix. will persistence will make you realize the mystery of the matrix. If you give up on, go to the third statement. All technique, all method, all kriyas, everything is under delusion, under maya. Anything which is under the maya, under the delusion, even if you feel liberated, it is only choice, not liberation. It's only choice, not liberation. Even if you see, it's only through two eyes, not through the third eye. Understanding the matrix, not going to the third statement, experiencing it with the first statement and second statement itself is what is the essence of Sadashivoham 2016. This is the principle on which the Sadashivoham 2016 is going to operate. Letting you work with only the two statement and making you manifest, experience the space, express the state and manifest the powers just on these two principles. No third statement. No third-rate statement. Last few days, I am continuously spending time and teaching this first principle, mystery of the matrix, the science of Jiveshwara Jagat, Jiva Ishwara Jagat, to the Nithyananda Yogam participants. And I am continuing, even today, I am going to go back and continue to sit with them and give them more deeper mysteries, more deeper understandings, more deeper clarifications, answers, experiences. I wanted them to share some of the principles they heard from me with you all. Then I want all of you to send your questions. So I will answer all these questions in the further satsangs. That way, you are all well prepared for Sadashivoham 2016. The matrix, mystery of the matrix, how it is getting demystified. Hear from the people who heard it. I invite the Nithyananda Yogam participants to come and share some of the understanding so you can have the right questions which I can answer continuously. So we will continue. Please understand, after they share, I expect your questions to be sent here and I'll go on responding to your questions in this satsang and further satsangs. So, the first principle is understood and experienced just with the will persistence without going to the third statement. Let's start. Sarvapriya.
Thank you, Swamiji. I think actually today's Living Shuddha Advaitam process brought even a whole new understanding of everything Swamiji has been teaching to us. And it's just amazing how every day we feel like he's given us as much information as we can take in, and then even more information starts flooding. So thank you so much, Swamiji, for that clarity. The first thing I'd like to share with everybody, maybe last time we gave some of the intellectual understandings or what we thought we understood from Swamiji's great teachings, without setting the full context for what exactly this Nithyananda Yogam program is. And the first thing I want to share is that when Swamiji puts us into the Shivoham process, when he gives us that Nithyanandoham process during the inner awakenings or the powerful December IAs, when people have asked Swamiji, what should we be doing? How should we be sitting? What space should we be carrying? What should we be thinking about, or should we be dropping our thoughts? Swamiji has told us, just imagine that you're sitting casually, sipping a cup of coffee with Swamiji. This Nithyananda Yogam program, we're not just imagining that, he's literally giving us that experience. And I joined the program a little bit later. Those who were here before said that the first thing that just amazed them about being so close to Swamiji like this is that casualness, that friendliness in the setting. And so when Swamiji is flooding us with these powerful truths, the 11 dimensions, the 25 states of consciousness, the 5 actions of Sadashiva, normally this kind of information would seem like too much, too overwhelming, too hard to take in. But the fact that we get to sit with Swamiji so close and personal, so casually, the information doesn't seem overwhelming at all. It seems like we're just getting such a sweet treat, learning about all of this from the one who is the generator, operator, destroyer, the one who puts us into delusion and the one who liberates us, from Sadashiva himself. It's just wonderful. Now, Swamiji has also mentioned to us that one of the reasons for this intellectual understanding, we've all had experiences from Swamiji, mystical experiences. We've all experienced, those of us, I know all the LSP participants, you're all inner awakening grads. So I don't need to tell you what it feels like to be around Swamiji or what the third eye awakening is like. Everyone's had that glimpse. But Swamiji explained to us recently that it's only when we have the intellectual clarity about which state of consciousness he's bringing us into or which state of consciousness we're entering. It's only by understanding all of this that we take that Shakti and we can continue to live with it and express it. It's not going to fade with time. Now, Swamiji also explained that each piece, each truth, each bit of wisdom he's revealing for us is its own independent, intelligent, divine, aware deity. And that only when these are present, we even have the hope of understanding it. And so just for us to try to explain that knowledge would be impossible. It literally has to be brought from Swamiji himself, from Sadashiva himself, because it's him. It's to enjoy his darshan that these truth deities are coming down. And when we get to enjoy that with him, then the truth is really revealed. And I think we're all just amazingly excited to know that not only we all get to enjoy this, but also for the very first time, Swamiji is going to be revealing the sacred, secret science to a group of inner awakening participants in Paramashivoham in December. So this isn't something exclusive just for the Nithyananda Yogam participants. This is something Swamiji is ready to give to the world, starting with 2016 people in December. And nobody should wait. Swamiji has told us today, and many, many times, if you decide to postpone, if you decide it will come later, if you think, oh, you know, Swamiji says he's going to give this only in December in Paramashivoham, maybe I'll wait and come to May Inner Awakening, maybe I'll wait for a later Inner Awakening. Don't miss being a part of the first group to whom this wisdom is being revealed. It would be too big of a miss. So these intellectual understandings, they're not just so that we can have a concept of Vedic cosmology. It's not just because Swamiji wants us all to be intelligent. It's for that, and also so that we can continue to express the Shaktis that he's giving to us in so much compassion, the greatest gift ever given to human beings from Sadashiva himself in form. The other thing is, I've noticed on Facebook, some people are saying that it's only Sarvajñapita owners who are being invited for this great Nithyananda Yogam program. I can speak for myself. I am definitely not a Sarvajñapita owner. Not that I don't want to be, of course. If I had that wealth, the first thing I would do is drop it at Swamiji's feet, put it into Swamiji's mission. Many of us are not Sarvajñapita owners. The only qualification Swamiji is looking for when he calls someone for Nithyananda Yogam is the Guru Bhakti. Swamiji has told us Guru Bhakti is when our devotion for him, our feeling connection, our love for Swamiji evolves into the desire to take responsibility for Swamiji's mission. If you're looking at all of us on stage and thinking, wow, they get to be so close to Swamiji, they get to drink coffee with Swamiji, they get to be personally trained by Swamiji, I want that, but I don't think I can get it, then you're just like those fool gurus, those sad ones Swamiji was talking about, who say that the third eye shouldn't be awakened. It's just like Swamiji tells us that little story about the fox trying to get the grapes, but he can't reach them, so he says, oh, those grapes are sour. If you're thinking that in any way the qualification to be here has to do with donating money, that's an abuse to this beautiful sacred process Swamiji is giving as his gift to the devotees who are really making it their life commitment to live in that space of Guru Bhakti. So we're all going to share just a little bit about what has clicked with us, this beautiful truth Swamiji is revealing, how it's affecting our inner space, and also a little bit about just the joy of being here for this process. Being in Nithyananda Yogam, it's also being a part of Swamiji's own autobiography. We're not just living in a time where some autobiography of some yogi or some master is being written. His autobiography is a Purana for thousands of years to come, for infinitely to come, not only in this world, but in all worlds. Everyone will be singing the praise, the glory of Paramahamsa Sri Nithyananda, Sadashiva himself in form. And being here to witness his leelas, being here to enjoy his space, it's too much, too great to be missed. So if you make that decision to live with Guru Bhakti, to make that the first priority, the context of your life, and when Swamiji gives us that powerful initiation, when Swamiji tells us Shivatvamasi and then says all you have to do is decide, all you have to do is decide not to fall into that self-doubt, not to try to pick up some other kind of a technique. That's the greatest thing that we can do. So thank you again, Swamiji. And I'll pass the microphone. Enjoy all the sharings. Nithyanandam.
Nithyanandam, this is Bhakti Rupa. I am from Bangalore. First of all, I thank Swamiji for calling me into this Nithyananda Yogam program. It's the best thing that has happened into my life. So before sharing what all the clicks I had with Swamiji, I want to share the most thing I enjoy about Nithyananda Yogam. So fortunate to see Swamiji every day when he goes for a morning walk or coming for the satsangs. He just comes down and touches the 2 trees in his quarters with so much love. The whole tree responds to him. And every day, meticulously, the amount of love he showers, these are all the glimpses that can never be taken away from your inner space. So that is the most thing I enjoy of Nithyananda Yogam. Just every day waking up and the first thing you see is your Guru. So what more you can want after that? The next, let me come to the clicks I had with the Nithyananda Yogam program. Day before yesterday, Swamiji in just 1 hour taught us the whole science and secret behind the astrology. That was something amazing. I don't know ABC of astrology, including the names of the grahas, starting from that to the context of how they function. See, everything has a science, secret and a context behind their functioning. And only Swamiji can reveal the secret and the science and the context with which the grahas function. Always when we think about Navagrahas, most of us, I can clearly say even all of us will have a fear. Oh, Navagrahas, then this will have a very terrible effect on our life, and especially this Shadaishat Sani, then Rahu, that will separate you from the Guru. Swamiji gave a beautiful context. All the Navagrahas only function for our enlightenment, taking everyone towards Sadashivoham. That was a major click in me, because the fear associated with them will not help us to relate with them. But even the grahas, in spite of my fear towards them, still they work on us. Just Swamiji clearly said that if you are struggling with one pattern, which you are finding it hard to break, then, and if you are dumb enough not to listen from Swamiji, then crudely the life needs to teach us to break that pattern. At that time, these grahas come into play. So, I have always had the question, I have Swamiji in my life, so I don't think any graha will affect me. True, none of the grahas will affect me as long as I am integrated to him. That was the biggest click I had. Just because we are hanging around Swamiji, we cannot come to a conclusion that, no grahas, no ill effect will not affect me. As long as we are integrated to him, only integrity with Master, that only counts at the end of the day. Then no graha will affect us. Especially for me, now I can share my personal experience. I am having that Shadaishat Sani transition period. And when I was sharing that with Swamiji, he said that, good that you are around me at this time. And he said, the Shani, the graha, his role is to make a person accountable. So, whatever the life situation he brings into my life is just to make me accountable, make me responsible, make me integrated. So he said that now I am making you accountable, so you need not worry about it. So Master gives you the teaching, helps you break the pattern in a sweet way with a lot of love, with the anesthesia of love, as Swamiji says, he performs that surgery in us. Either we can be integrated and learn that way, yes, we can learn from the ferocious way of how the life is going to teach us. So this was something that was a very great click, that everything in this world is functioning just for me to reach the space of Sadashivoham. That was an amazing click, Swamiji. Thank you so much for that. And when it comes, Swamiji shared one of his personal experience of him relating with Yogiram Sarath Kumar. When Yogiram Sarath Kumar, he offered the BD for Swamiji to take it. Swamiji neither said yes nor said no. But there was a pause. There was a delay in saying yes. Before he even said yes, the BD just came to touch the fingers of Yogiram Sarath Kumar, and he dropped it. And Swamiji said that few seconds or that delay costed me 2 years of my tapas. Means cosmos, he also said, cosmos opens a door. If I have taken that BD then, I would have been enlightened then and there, and 2 years of my biography would be advanced. So whenever cosmos opens the door, we should be ready to take it. Otherwise, we don't know how many years we will miss. So Nithyananda Yogam is such a big door Swamiji is opening. It is our freedom to take it, and if we are intelligent, we will take it. Because if this door closes, we don't know whether Swamiji says cosmos will never open the same door. Many other doors may open, but it will not open the same doors. So it is the biggest blessing to just be around Swamiji, to learn, imbibe many truths which we can never, if you are intelligent enough, sitting in the discourse, we can learn. Otherwise, just seeing Swamiji around will just penetrate you so deeply, there is no way you can escape from the truth and the right cognition that happens in you. And yesterday I asked Swamiji, how can I make these truths deeper in me? And he said, I don't trust you. I will put the truth deeper in you and send you back. Don't worry about it. So that is the gift. That is the gift we get spending time around Master. So this is the greatest thing that can happen in your life. Living around Swamiji can be the greatest thing that can happen in anyone's life. So I welcome you all for the next Nithyananda Yogam program. So enjoy. Thank you.
Nithyanandam, Pranam Swamiji. My name is Ravi Kiran. I am from Davangere, a place nearby in Karnataka. I'm a civil engineer by education qualification and literally doing nothing because there is an industry which is taking care of me and I am taking care of it. Living beautifully with the blessings of Swamiji. And I'm married to Renu, who is a homemaker and who is also a Nithyananda Yogam participant along with me, and with such a beautiful group of so many Nithyananda Yogam participants who are here, enjoying every moment. And I have 2 children. One is Riddhi, daughter, a science graduate, and who has become an Adinavasi immediately after her graduation. And my son Ribhav has taken into sports after his 10th standard with the Swamiji's blessing, because Swamiji said, as always says, education is too shallow. So we are perceiving our life in a different way. Just a couple of days before the Guru Purnima, I had a phone call. It's a very loving invitation extended from Swamiji to come and live around him for 3 months, from Guru Purnima to Navratri. Don't know what is the program is, and all I was told is Swamiji wants you to come here, live around him, observe, learn from him, and he wants to train you. So I don't know what he wants to train me in what, but I don't know. As now, in that, after almost 2 months are coming up, and as everyone is saying, I think the one right decision I made was saying yes. When the call came, saying yes, because even when the call came, lot of questions were going on, and I was trying to find out a lot of reasons to say no. And it took literally 24 hours to find out the reasons to say no, but someone very close to me, it's my son who advised me that if you don't go to this program, if you don't take this, it will be the costliest mistake that you are doing in your life. I said, my God, I don't want to do that kind of a costliest mistake. And I'm here. And here, we are all, it is, if I had to describe this program, there is no structure to this program. It is totally non-structured, but very, very intense and happening so casually. I don't know how you can understand this. It's our experience, definitely, but I don't know how you can understand this. This is what is happening to us. And I can say it is the constant, continuous initiation which is happening to us. And in satsangs, I can say Swamiji is sharing a lot of truths, and he is only throwing it to you, so that you have to catch something. If you miss, it's gone. If you catch something, you can do something with it. But here, literally, Swamiji is pushing all these truths into us, inside us, so that even he's not giving us a chance to vomit it. So that's why it's not coming out of us, so that to share with others. But what I'm saying is, yeah, the truths are inside, the digestion is happening, deeper understanding is happening, and deeper understanding is happening, and it is like we are getting prepared to when we go out, I don't know what we're going to do. Definitely everyone is equipped and prepared so that when they go out, the way they express and the way they do the things, it only to be seen and witnessed. And I'm so excited to see that how it's going to happen. And some of the intimate moments are happening in this Nithyananda Yogam participants. You know, you can see that we are just sitting at the feet of Swamiji. And we are doing it, we are sitting like this almost the whole day for last 2 months. If any one of you has the experience of sitting with Swamiji in a Pada Puja for the 35 or 40 minutes, that the experience that what you had in his being in his breathing space, that literally every one of us is having, being at his feet, so casually the things are happening. At least in the Pada Puja, you're sitting with intense and some clothes with folded hands and all those things. But here, so casually that is happening and we're experiencing it. To explain, in the courtyard when sitting with Swamiji, in the last couple of days, this is during the Ganesha Chaturthi, there's a Ganesha statue and Swamiji is sitting there, Sadashiva, father of Ganesha as we already know. And when 3 times puja happens to Ganesha, the same time puja also happens to Swamiji. And we all sitting there, sometimes sipping coffee or holding our plate and eating, and Swamiji is so casually talking. And in the past couple of days, as Swamiji said, and everyone is sharing, the profound truth Swamiji mentioned in that the main thing, as Bhaktirupa was telling about the Navagrahas. Even for me, the Navagrahas was kind of a approaching with a fear. Or what my cognition was until now was some kind of a fear. Means yes, there is Navagrahas are there, and you need to approach it with fear, and they have got certain effect on you based on the chart, your birth chart. But Swamiji is so casually sitting and explaining each one as what they are. So then I realized each one are enlightened beings who decided to stay in those planets. They are not the literal planets, they are the enlightened beings, and their whole purpose is to take us towards enlightenment. And when Swamiji explained each one's character, like Surya, how he radiates the positive energy, Shani, how he radiates the darkness continuously, and how Shani and Surya continuously try to negate each other's energy, and how Buddha, he enhances the whatever the energy that you are in, and how Chandra always tries to distract you, and how Brihaspati trying to teach you, and how Shukra is trying to teach you, and how Rahu and Ketu, they're such a shy guys only in a vibration level. When I listen and see, now I'm telling this, literally it is not my intellectual explanation, it is my understanding or it's my experience. Swamiji made us to experience that. It is not just some intellectual understanding. Even I don't know whether you can have the same experience of what I am experiencing and expressing. And some of the rare moments happened, some of the intimate moments happened was, many of us celebrated our birthdays with Swamiji, whose all birthdays fall in this place, in this time. And so sweetly Swamiji was telling, hey, prepare the love cake. And, and giving it to the participants, hugging them, giving them showering them the blessings. And I had the fortunate of celebrating my birthday. My wife also had the fortunate of celebrating her birthday. And I witnessed another thing was my daughter's birthday celebrated here so beautifully, so beautifully. Even I don't think she has celebrated her birthday like that in her entire life of 21 years. You know, Swamiji, how can I describe that one? So beautifully, you know, so traditionally offering the sari, the bangles, the flower, a ring, the way he gave it, and along with that also modernization of little bit of like cutting the cake, he himself holding the cake and cutting, and he putting in his mouth and putting in her mouth. Such a sweet moment, you know. And if you have to experience it, and if you have to experience it, you need to be a Nithyananda Yogam participant. Definitely, even being in inner awakening, also if your birthday falls, I don't think that kind of a thing will happen there, because it's my experience. And I'm coming here for last 11 years. Since 2005, I'm experiencing Swamiji with so many programs. I did NSPs, ESPs, the first Inner Awakening, the LB 3 months program, a 48-day LEP program, traveling with Swamiji for Himalaya trip, Kailash trips, Varanasi trip, and also being in Ujjain. And this Nithyananda Yogam is the program which is taking us to a different dimension, because I have not experienced in my entire 11 years this kind of intimacy and this kind of intense program which is happening, because it is a constant initiation which is happening. And so Swamiji, he is teaching all of us to live the tattvas. And here he is making us to live the tattvas so beautifully, and I'm literally seeing that my mind is dying away. It is fighting its last battle, where it is sure that it's going to lose its existence. Though I'm seeing that some fight is happening, that is also true. And in this last few days, when Swamiji was explaining about this matrix and all, some of the questions, like one participant casually asked this question, for that Swamiji explained the definition and the time factor so beautifully for several hours. And some of the questions like we had, when a participant asked the question about the self-doubt that the person experiences, Swamiji explained so clearly where in that consciousness matrix, where you have got stuck. This is where you are operating from. And when somebody shared, Swamiji, I know something is definitely going to happen, but there are a lot of obstacles, but I'm sure that it's going to happen. Then he explained where you are anchored at. And when he said where you are anchored, when he said where you are operating from, it is not an intellectual understanding, I experienced it literally. And apart from that, there is one more question, like Swamiji casually mentioned, during the Mahabharata, when Pandavas are in 14 years of exile, they say Arjuna went and did tapas for 120 years and took the Pashupatashta. So where is 14 years and where is 120 years? And Swamiji explained at that time how the time happened for him for 120 years, where literally it has happened. And when Swamiji explained, there was no doubt actually in my mind, and I experienced it literally. And what can I say is, one should be aspiring. That's the only thing I can say, is to come and be a part of this beautiful Nithyananda Yogam program, which Swamiji is doing. And I do not know what is storing for me today after this program, and what is going to teach us, and what after almost 1 month, what we will be capable of becoming. One thing I'm seeing is, everyone is becoming so capable and so eligible to carry forward. As Swamiji said in the beginning, one word, I'm looking for beings through whom I can manifest. So I'm so eager to see that how the manifestation happens, so that I can experience and enjoy that one. And this opportunity is there, I think, for most of them. And when I look back, who are all the beings can have this, is they are only the chosen ones. It is not my choice, it is not somebody else's desire to be here. You have to be a chosen one. And as Bhakti-Rupa was telling about Swamiji's experience of the BD, he did not waited, and by postponing, even I don't know how many times I said no and postponed my progress in the so if that call comes, you decide what to do, because I'm seeing a huge number of people are wanting to come here, because when I'm having interactions with the other participants, they are saying that so many people are so eager to know what is happening here. So many people are so eager to know when I can come here. And I'm seeing a huge wave is creating, a huge tsunami is creating, which is going to be the future of Hinduism, to take this Swamiji's message forward. And now I'm so happy that I can say with confidence and with power and strength that I am at the right place, at the right time, being with the right guru for the things to happen for me. Thank you, Swamiji, for choosing me.
Nithyanandam. My name is Nithyananda. I am from New Jersey. And I had already decided to come here with my two kids to bring them to Gurukul. And I booked my tickets for it. And what happened is, a day after I booked my tickets, I got a call to become a Nithyananda Yogam participant. I hesitated for a minute because I knew I had to change my plane tickets, the return dates, etc. But after that minute was over, I just simply said yes. And today I'm here. And I really want to thank you, Swamiji, for this.
I'm planning to stay further.
Yes.
The person who was thinking of how to postpone the ticket is planning to cancel the ticket.
So Swamiji has made this possible so beautifully. Both the kids are in Gurukul and they have adjusted so well. What struck me after I came here was the excellent hospitality that Swamiji has extended to us. Right from giving fully furnished apartments right next to his quarters, to serving us with 3 deliciously prepared meals according to Bhaga Shastras. Tea, coffee, snacks, everything, every single need, as you may call, is completely fulfilled here. And I'm really thankful, Swamiji, for this hospitality. This is something that you really have to come and experience over here. After I came here, for first 2 weeks, I was being lazy. I was getting up late, running. I was not coming for yoga, and running for Pada Puja, or sometimes doing it in the room. And so in the second week, I realized that this is not jet lag or anything, but this is my own pattern, and I need to break it. I decided to do Disamyama with Swamiji's blessings. And for the first few days of Disamyama, Swamiji would actually so beautifully give the food from his own plate to us. And it was just an experience to have. It was only later that Swamiji explained that the food that he gave to us was to settle down the hunger pattern in our intestines. And exactly that has happened. My hunger pattern is totally gone. It's totally settled. Now if there's food, I'll eat it. If it's not there, I'll just drink water, I'll be happy. And it's only possible through straw. Thank you, Swamiji.
Do you know what a liberation it is?
It is.
West people literally spend millions for this.
For this, yes, Swamiji. Yes. No cravings. Even if there's fried food, I don't feel like I should take it and put it in my mouth. No craving at all. It's completely gone. And so the learning process around Swamiji is like truly amazing. Every single word he utters, every look he gives, every action he takes is only taking you. It is only to teach you. It's only to take you to a higher place. I realized that recently when Swamiji recently announced that Sundays will be the Swachha Sangha Day and we will be doing Seva. So last Sunday we were called to do Seva at Kar Seva at the banyan tree. So when I went there, I thought, okay, we'll be cleaning up the place and we'll be, making it neat and tidy. So after going there, there's a small hill which has been, there's a lot of mud there. And Swamiji just said that, okay, we have to level this hill. So my first thought is, okay, it's going to take a nice 10, 12 days for all of us to work here and do this job. And then Swamiji says, we have to do it by today. And I'm like, okay, this is not possible, And anyway, everybody started working, moving the stones, digging. Even Swamiji also was actually digging, and you saw the pictures of it. 4 hours after that, it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we had not even scratched the surface of the hill. And I'm thinking, okay, this is not going to be possible today. But by 6 o'clock in the evening, you won't believe, almost the job was completely done, almost done. Just at 2 o'clock, we had not done something. 6 o'clock, it was completely done, almost. And that's when I realized that how much in impossibility I'm rooted. That any vision, any idea for me is nothing but impossibility. And for Swamiji, any idea when it comes to Swamiji, it has already happened. It was such a big revelation for me, like, how is it that anything that I even start, that is why I struggle so much, because I'm rooted in impossibility. So this was a valuable experience that I learned experientially from Swamiji. And so this was a very strong experience during Karaseva that I had last week. When Swamiji is explaining to us all the deeper dimensions of the cosmos, the mind map of cosmos, the 11 dimensions, 25 states of consciousness, everything. He has made it so easy. To give you an example, Swamiji had previously explained about these 11 dimensions and states of consciousness. But for me, I could never comprehend what are 11 dimensions, what could be 11 dimensions. There was a mental block. I couldn't take my thought process beyond it. But this time, he just made it so easy for us to understand that even I was able to get what the 11 dimensions are, how we also exist in all these dimensions, how these dimensions are not like watertight compartments, they overlap each other and form the net, form the matrix that Swamiji was explaining so beautifully today. So this thing, I can surely say that we are not learning only through our 5 senses. This learning is happening at a totally different level. It's like our being is being opened, our DNAs are opened, and that information, that understanding is just inserted into us. So thank you, Swamiji, for this experience. Swamiji is giving us a lot of time. So just staying around him, just sitting with him, sipping coffee, as people were saying, it's just such a beautiful experience to connect with Swamiji. To feel that pure space of connection, that anybody who gets the call, I would say, please don't miss it. Please don't miss it. The only qualification you need to come to Nithyananda Yogam program is to feel that connection, to feel the integrity with Swamiji. And whenever you get that call, it's like how Swamiji, whenever he gets an idea, it has already happened for him. So if you got that call, that means everything that needs to happen for you has already happened. He's only waiting for your being to say yes. So please, if you get a call, do not miss it, and please be here for the next Nithyananda Yogam batch. Swamiji is already preparing for it himself. He's already giving instructions, and it is so beautiful to see how he's micromanaging, taking care of every small thing that people need, that the Nithyananda Yogam participants would need, that really, please come and experience this. This is just the most beautiful happening right now on planet Earth. Thank you, Swamiji.
Nithyanandam, my name is Vaibhav. I'm an entrepreneur and business owner. When I got the call to come for the Nithyananda Yogam program, it was just a few days before Guru Purnima Day. And I got the call from Birdi saying, Swamiji selected a few people to come and do this program. We don't even know how many people and what's the criteria. Why don't you come and look at it? And as soon as I cut the call, when I hung up the phone, I'd already decided that I'm going. And then I went and told my family members that, I'm going for 3 months to sit in Swamiji's presence and attend the Nithyananda Yogam program. The very first night itself that I had reached here, I remember Swamiji had called us to his courtyard and we're all sitting around him. And he said, tonight I want to spend the night with these guys, just get coffee for everyone. So we're just sitting in the courtyard and having coffee and so casually talking about everything and anything. Whether it was that deep intellectual understanding, which, logically you understand something, or it was that feeling connection that you have, the experience from that, all of it was just so casually put into us. And it's something that you don't get anywhere else. In the past 3 days, Swamiji has been explaining about the 11 dimensions, the 25 states of consciousness, the Navagrahas, and all these things. What basically the fabric of existence, the entire universe, how it was created, what the principles are based on, all these things so casually, Swamiji has been explaining it to us, and we've just been sitting there, not only understanding it intellectually, but experiencing it, like as if we ourselves are witnessing everything. And it was so amazing how Swamiji explained that we have Earth and the Sun and the planets in our solar system, the whole Milky Way galaxy, the other galaxies, different beings like the Munis, the Ganas, the Rishis, all existing in all different dimensions, and how all these beings, some beings are of a higher state of consciousness, some beings are of a lower state of consciousness. And then Swamiji explained about the standila, the spindle on which all the 14 lokas exist, and how every being in any galaxy, whichever dimension they exist in, whichever planet they are in right now, whatever dimension it may be, they all have to come to Earth, to this planet Earth, to change that level of consciousness, whether to move higher or lower, to take that human birth, to take this human state, to come to achieve enlightenment if they are not yet enlightened. So how many births would we have taken to just reach this place? How many births would I have taken to get that call to say, please come to Nithyananda Yogam program? And now that I'm here, I'm sitting in Swamiji's space, experiencing all of this and enjoying it. I know I have come to the right place. After all my births, I've come at the right time, sitting with Swamiji, the right guru. This is the life, no one should miss it. If you have taken a human birth, this is the place to be. You cannot miss it. And also, everything that Swamiji has been revealing is nothing less than modern day Upanishads. Swamiji said that, you know, how it is just the modern day Upanishads. Everything, the revelations from Sadashiva himself coming to all of us, and we are accepting it and enjoying it. And all these, in the few days that Swamiji was explaining about the dimensions and the states of consciousness, in his own handwriting, he had written and made a few charts to explain it to us. And these things are going to be preserved for hundreds and thousands of years, because it is handwritten by the avatar, handwritten by Sadashiva himself. So, one of the days, I was actually sitting and I was standing and holding those charts, you know, while Swamiji was explaining it to all of us and everyone was looking at it. I didn't want to leave that chart. It felt so good, just knowing that something that is going to be preserved, that is going to be a part of history, and it is right now in my hand. I was enjoying that space of this just that paper, that piece of paper which Swamiji had written himself. It was amazing. Thank you.
Pranam Swamiji, Nithyanandam everybody. My name is Dr. Srilekha and I'm from Bangalore. I work as a pediatrician, and 2 months ago we got a call saying that we've been invited for the Nithyananda Yogam program, and it's just about living around Swamiji, see how he works, and just being there and enjoying him. The first response that happened inside was a big yes. And then in 3 days' time, we were here. How could I miss out on this greatest blessing of living around the Master? That was the only context I held. And for anybody who feels 3 months, let me tell you, 2 months have gone in a jiffy, and I hate to think that I just have 1 more month left, and then the program is going to be over. It so happened that in the middle of the program one day, we had to go home for some reason, and the next morning when we came back, my doctor says, "Home, sweet home." It's so nice to be back home when we stepped into the ashram. And she was exactly voicing out my own feeling, and I'm sure every single one of us here would vouch for the same experience. It feels so homely out here. The way we were welcomed and received by Swamiji was so beautiful. It just felt like I always belonged here. I always belonged here. The kind of freedom that he gave us, even in setting up our apartment. He gave us the freedom to go choose the furniture, all the decorative items, and every single thing that we would need, because he said, after all, you guys are going to be here for 3 months, so you have to make your stay comfortable for yourself. The free hand that he gave to each one of us was something so beautiful. And it is literally like he has housed us all in Anandapuri. That itself is such a great honor when you know that God in his physical form is just staying across the compound wall. Most days, you wake up to his guffawing laughter that's happening there, and you just know the first thing that you would be doing when you wake up in the morning is seeing him. Knowing that you're just one compound wall away from God in his physical form actually deepens that his own presence in all our hearts. And that is such a beautiful blessing, Swamiji. Thank you for that. To seal the whole experience of Nithyananda Yogam, Swamiji gave just one word the other day. He said, all you guys are in Samipya Mukti with me. He explained, experiencing the divine in his presence, like how most of the ashramites are doing here, like staying in the campus, is Salokya Mukti. The Yogam participants, the Nithyananda Yogam participants who are just living in my breathing space all the time, you guys are experiencing the divine from the space of Samipya Mukti. The few people who take up my responsibility and execute it are in Sarupya Mukti, and you becoming one with me, melting into my whole form, is Sayojya Mukti. What better blessing for a human being than being in the space of Samipya Mukti so casually, just by saying a yes when the call comes. It is such a huge thing. It is literally that we live around him all the time. We move with him all the time. And I would like to share a very beautiful mystical happening which we were blessed to be a witness to. Ailing old devotee from Bangalore passed away, and Swamiji, from his space of immense compassion, decided to be there in person to liberate him. And he said, all you guys, Nithyananda Yogam participants, whoever wants to be there, just come with me. And we all jumped into the cars that were leaving to Bangalore. And he said, carry your puja kits. We sat there and offered Guru Puja and Shiva Puja, while Swamiji so casually sat by the body of the deceased and did whatever he was doing. In the last 7-8 years that we have been around Swamiji and offering the Guru Puja, the experience was something that I cannot describe in words. And following that, when we came back to the ashram, we got to know what exactly had happened and why each one of us experienced that beautiful space. Swamiji said, the energy that he was releasing to liberate that particular individual actually was so powerful enough that whoever was in the breathing space of the master at that moment, all of her root patterns would get burnt. That was one. And the second thing was, as the process of liberating the individual was happening, the Shiva himself was there in his form and doing the process. So when all of us were performing the Shiva Puja and the Guru Puja, we have actually offered it to Sadashiva himself. And each of our Atmalingas have been energized to the space where authentic daily puja of 10 years would cause that kind of an energy in the Atmalinga. That has happened in those few moments. Every single moment around the master is so precious, and you never can say what is coming up next. And he's continuously there, available to all of us, and it is simply our freedom to make that decision of saying yes to being around him. And that was something really, really so beautiful. Also, we've had the good fortune of having various initiations during the last 2 months. What I would say, having attended 4 Inner Awakening programs with Swamiji, is the whole program is so unstructured and so casual that even the initiations are working so much more beautifully and expressing so beautifully in all of us. And I kind of look at it as the very friendly, casual space in which the whole process is happening, because we are so relaxed about the whole thing. When the Swamiji has taken the third eye initiation to the next level, where he's preparing a Gnananjanam. Gnananjanam is burning a pure cotton wick in pure cow's ghee, into which Swamiji will instill his bioenergy. And this Gnananjanam on the third head and both the eyes, and then so many powers just start expressing casually, including remote vision. Sitting here in Bidadi, we are able to scan the houses of fellow participants who are from the US, including details of how the entire layout of their house, all the deities in their puja room, the jewels that the deities are wearing, and it is simply so beautiful. Remote vision is just happening so casually. The next level of initiation, Swamiji said, you need to apply the Gnananjanam on the betel leaf or the banyan leaf, and whatever question the fellow participant asks, the answer just appears in 2D and 3D. Sometimes it's a picture and sometimes it's a video. I personally could scan what my husband was doing back in Bangalore, and I even called my mom, I sitting here, I called up, I scanned what my receptionists in the clinic were doing at that point in time. We have 2 girls who work for us in the clinic, and I could see exactly the color of the dress that they were wearing. One of them was sitting, and one girl was standing with a book in her hand, and I called up to check, and I told Divya, is this the color of the dress you're wearing? She says, yes, madam, how do you know? I said, no, Swamiji has initiated us into these powers, and I was just cross-checking, and I said, what is that book in your hand? So she says, it's the passbook I was about to leave to the bank. Okay. And also I scanned one of my cousins who stays in Hyderabad, and I very casually asked him, like, you're with another person, and your office infrastructure has changed from what I saw it 10 years ago. And he says, yes, it's much bigger and brighter as you have described, and I am in a blue jeans and white t-shirt as you're telling. And that was so cool. And this whole process of manifesting powers, Swamiji invites the Gurukul Balasans who sit in the space of entanglement with Swamiji, and the kind of completion and the innocence that they so very casually pour into all of our beings is something I really look forward to experience at all times. And it's been so amazing, Swamiji. Thank you for that. All I could say is, he's here, available at all times, in his space of infinite love and compassion, constantly showering on each one of us. And whosoever sitting here attending the LSP, all of us are Inner Awakening graduates. It is a fine-tuning that he's doing to our beings, where for most times satsangs just go above your head, or they go through one ear and get out of the other ear, not becoming a part of us. This is a place where everything that Swamiji is delivered is practiced. It is practiced and it becomes a part of your being. And the overwhelming nature of the truths delivered, or the impossibilities that we experience when we are out there, is just so beautifully taken care of in this friendly, casual ambience. And that's one big reason why we have to be here. And I welcome each one of you to come and experience the space of Samipya Mukti with Sadashiva when he's here with all of us in his physical form. Thank you very much.
Nithyanandam, just a quick announcement for all the NTV live viewers. As Swamiji said, to gather all and think of questions that you can ask about the material that he had discussed, about these 25 states of consciousness, 11 dimensions, and the 5 actions of Sadashiva. Any questions that you have from our NTV live viewers, please send them to nithyanandayogam@nithyananda.org. The email address again is nithyanandayogam@nithyananda.org. Thank you.
Hi everyone. My name is Dimitri. Back in the US, I was a financial auditor for one of the big 4 accounting firms. And okay, so yesterday, some people were asking Swamiji about some questions, some experiences they had, and what it meant, and what state it was in. And I asked. Sometimes I can, well, anytime I want, I can go inside and I can feel like there's a kind of a ball of energy, and I can move it around my body, or I can feel like it's moving outside of me. And is that kind of like a lower level of telekinesis? And I actually don't remember if Swamiji said it is or it isn't, but he said, you'll be, you will achieve that. You'll be able to do it. And then Swamiji had this little globe it's like a plastic shell, and inside there's a globe, and there's some liquid that creates no friction or little friction, and the ball moves. If you just spin it a little bit, it'll move for a long time. And so shortly after Swamiji told me this, he had the ball sitting by his feet. He was sitting up, and there was a little cushion on the floor, and the ball was there. And it was spinning, and all of a sudden Swamiji said, "Hey, this ball's been spinning for quite a long time." And so everybody's like, yeah, and and so maybe for a total of, I don't know, an hour, this little ball kept spinning inside, and I was watching it so intensely, and maybe like an hour afterwards it stopped. And then I tried it myself. I took it, I whirled it, and maybe like in a minute it stopped. So, and so one thing is that to be able to see something so beautiful, that experience is incredible. Like just to be able to see that was kind of so magical and inspiring. But also, it's the kind of love Swamiji has for all of us, that this is incredibly fulfilling for me. So, Swamiji made that happen, and probably knew how fulfilling it was for me to be able to experience that. Thank you. And so that's amazing, right? And then that's the ambience. You can do that. You can watch it spinning for an hour. So that's one thing. And then another thing is that I would notice day after day how people's faces would change, and it's like they would like some light would start to radiate. Yeah, that's the ball. Some light would start to radiate or something from them, and day after day they would grow. It's not even, you can say like beautiful, but it's not like what the world considers beautiful. It's like radiant or something. And it's not the way you would imagine people flowering, but it happens. And it happens for people who spend the time around Swamiji. At least that's what I've kind of the formula that's evolved in my mind. And it's a beautiful thing for anybody who wants that or wants to see that. And the last thing that I want to talk about is Swamiji explaining the different dimensions of kind of reality, of all these things. One of the things he talked about is length, breadth, depth, where length is like the sound that, because it has just like a period. I guess that's how I interpret it. Breadth is things you see where there's a change. And then depth is your inner space. And it wasn't just the explanation, it was also the experience. It was such that I clearly saw it. It was very intense. The one visualization, second visualization, as Swamiji explained it. And so now when I can, it's like sheets of paper inside. So I can look, okay, depth sheet of paper, all this stuff happening, okay, I can just make it quiet. And so it's beautiful and has a very exquisite utility. So that's it. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much. Thank you, Swamiji.
Nithyananda, my name is Ma Anupama, and I am so honored to be on the stage with Swamiji, to be sharing this most spectacular divine experience. It looks like it's a moment-to-moment experience when you're with Swamiji. A little bit of background. So I'm an engineer and studied right here, RV College of Engineering. Have been with Microsoft for about 10, 12 years. Used to run a $75 million business for them. Have 2 little kids who now study in the Gurukul. And we live in Singapore, my husband and I, very active members of the Sangha. And when we got a call, an invite to be part of the Nithyananda Yogam program, it was really amazing. It felt so beautiful. When I came here, here's what I felt. See, I met Swamiji first 6 years ago. I've attended multiple inner awakenings. I'm an active member of the SMKT. I've been to the Kailash Yatra. I've done so many programs with Swamiji, and I live and breathe with him. But the Nithyananda Yogam program has been so amazing in just the degree of closeness and the comfort and the familiarity. You just feel so comfortable. Otherwise, Swamiji is sitting up on stage and saying Tattvamasi. Now you're having a cup of tea with him and saying, yeah, Tattvamasi. And you just receive it so beautifully. Your whole muscle memory receives it. Otherwise, all said and done, there is a formality, a barrier, some sort of, resistance. Oh, now I'm talking to Swamiji. So this Nithyananda Yogam program, of all the other programs, has created that space for me of trust, of just being able to receive without that third question coming in. When Swamiji says something, yes, I receive, and then that third question just doesn't come. It just gets imbibed into the muscle memory. So that's been one of the most beautiful parts of it. I mean, simple things like sitting and watching the Matrix movie. Matrix was always one of my favorite movies. And then sitting and watching it, and you just look back, and there's Swamiji. And as you're going through all those emotions, you know that he's back there working on you and cleansing you. As you're doing the car seva, you know that, you're engaged in regular activities. You're sipping a cup of coffee. You're eating all that delicious food. He may be in his meetings, but in those unguarded moments, which have just opened up into such a space of trust, he's working on you in a way that just a formal setting like an inner awakening, I don't think would have been possible for me. So that's been my experience with the Nithyananda Yogam program. Then the other thing I wanted to share is also just the beautiful truth Swamiji has been revealing over the last 3-4 days. See, I told you I'm an engineer, and I always like to have a "you are here" map. And it's been great because with the states of consciousness, the dimensions, the different aspects of God, the Jagat, the self and the Ishvara. I feel like I have a "you are here" map right now. And I know where to go, and when my pattern hits, I know where to step forward or how to make decisions. Having that macro picture is just amazing. I I remember I had asked questions. Swamiji talked about the 11 dimensions and how when the different dimensions are fully present and some dimensions are, unmanifest, what happens? And then there was this one, I always felt, when I went through the Shivoham processes, etc., I never used to have visualizations. People would be telling me about, oh, Durga came, she blessed me, and, she hugged me, or, all these visual experiences. And I always felt that I never really had these kind of visual experiences. And so when I asked Swamiji, he said, it's just the way you're cut out, and for you, verbalization is strong. And he blessed me. He said, you'll be able to initiate very powerfully through Vak. Again, just knowing that from that space of friendliness, knowing exactly where you are positioned, gives you so much confidence to step forward into the journey you need to take with Swamiji in that space of such pure friendliness and happiness. So that's been my experience here with Nithyananda Yogam. I know Swamiji is going to reveal a lot of these sciences in the Nithyanandoham program. I can't wait for it. Sadashivoham program. I can't wait for it. All the the different states of consciousness, the dimensions, how do you connect with the energies there, the astrology. I know that I have a strong Ketu in my astrological chart, so just to understand what it meant. Swamiji also said, as he was explaining the astrological chart, Rahu, Ketu, Surya, they were all there, they were present. So how often does it happen that you get to learn astrology? I should say, get to be initiated into astrology with all these deities and energies present. So I'm really holding the space that Swamiji will be sharing more of these sciences, Samudrika, Lakshana, and many, many more of these, such that we start to live and radiate this. That's what I had to share. I have one other sharing that I'll leave you with. So after morning yoga, I was walking out one day, and then I see Swamiji, he's walking, and his team is struggling to keep up with him, and loudly he's singing, Shaiva Niti Ulagamella. It was such a precious moment for me. Just, he's happily, loudly singing and walking, and I think that flash, that visual will always be with me. It's such a wonderful, wonderful space, this Nithyananda Yogam program. Don't miss Nithyanandoham, because that's where all these will just be inserted and become real in us. So that's what I wanted to share. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you, Swamiji. Pranam.
Nithyanandam Swamiji. Nithyanandam, everyone. I'm Ramanujam Desikan. I'm working as a project engineer in Australia, living in Nithyananda Palace, along with Baladhara and Nirbeda. All 5 of us are living there. I'm so excited to tell how I even came to this Nithyananda Yogam. See, I don't even want to finish this. It's so interesting, very enriching for myself, more than sharing to you all. What happened, it was Saturday, July 9th, and it was my marriage day, marriage anniversary actually. And the SMKT meeting was there. And we were all sitting in the satsang. After the satsang was over, then Swamiji was sitting, and we were sitting casually. And suddenly, Swamiji was saying, Ramanujam and Shivani, marriage anniversary blessings. Moment he said it, I just got frozen. I was just seeing the screen, what's happening now, who is called, and I literally got shaken. What happened now? And then, moment I was in that feeling, the next immediate shock was, Swamiji said, I'm inviting you guys to Nithyananda Yogam program. It's my gift to you guys. Moment he said it, first thought which came to me is, I am there. Saying yes to life. Nothing was processing in my mind, nothing. I was totally like, yes, I am there. That's the first thing came into my being, basically, not even mind, no mind at that point of time, when Swamiji said it. And actually, the situation, you should understand what happened actually. See, the project that I'm handling in my work is it's very critical stage, and even something happens at home, I would not be able to go. That is the actual situation. I would not be able to even say yes immediately. And it was running at a very crucial time. I would not be able to even think of going somewhere else. I even was working on Saturdays and Sundays like that. It was so critical. But after I said yes, and I'm going to go, what happened immediately was, it was Saturday, and immediately Baladara was sitting next to, and I told him, hey, I'm going to resign my job and going to go, and I need to be in office for at least 4 weeks, because that's a normal condition. I don't know whether I'll be able to make it just by Guru Purnima or maybe later. That's the only thought was on my mind. And then Baladara said, no, it'll all happen, don't worry. Swamiji said, and he has gifted, and you said, yes, that's all, it's going to happen. On Monday, when I went to office, first thing I went to my manager, even before starting my work, and I told him, his name was Steve, and I told him, hey Steve, I've got some personal thing to attend in India. I have to take a leave, maybe 3 months, or maybe even more than that. I don't know. Whenever I come to Budidi, when Swamiji says something after that, I don't know how long it's going to go. So I told them, I even wanted to take one-way ticket, because I don't know what's going to happen. So I was so excited, and I told him, hey, I'm going to go for 3 months, at least. Then I'm going to resign this job and go. So probably because it's going to affect the project, why don't you recruit someone else, and I can also train him for a week or something, and you can train him so that no, your work will not be affected, so I can go back to wherever, to India. And this guy said, no, don't take decisions like this. It's so crucial, the life, you can't leave the job like this, and it's a very prestigious job, and it's a lot of big salary. How can you live like this? Don't take this kind of hassle, no, decision like this. I said, no, I've decided, I'm going to go. That's it, nothing else. And 1 or 2 days after that, I booked my ticket. I didn't ask whether he is going to leave me or not. I'm going to go. Who are you to say? Sadashiva himself told me to come. Who are you to say? That's it. I'm going to go. And I booked my ticket. And only confusion was, shall we take 1-way or 2-way? That's the only confusion at that point of time. Because when you go, I don't know when I'm going to come back. So let's stay 2-way. If I have to extend or whatever need to do, we'll do later. That's the only thing. Booked my ticket. And then it was, I booked on Monday. And the decision of the office to say what they have to say, whatever it is, I didn't even care. I started doing the purchasing, packing and everything, whatever to be done. And I went to work on Friday. It was on Friday. And this manager came to me and then told, we actually talked about you to my general manager, and we can give you a salary also. Don't leave this job. You be here. We come back. We are giving you a indefinite leave. We are giving you an indefinite leave, and we'll also pay you for that. I know it's going to happen, and what he said was not very surprising for me, because I need to pack up and go tomorrow. I didn't even bother about it, how it's going to happen. I need to pack and go. And this guy, you should be, see, the situation in which he said, he came to my seat, and I was working very seriously, and he came next to me. Hey, Ram, do you know, I talked to GM, it's all happened, and you can go indefinitely. You don't need to tell everyone. Just go and come back whenever you come. Just inform when are you going to come back. That's all I need to know. And he just went, just like that. And literally, I know Swamiji has sent that fellow to sit next to me. It was such a moment. See, every inner awakening from Cambodia, Phuket, Ujjain, every inner awakening and every program, whenever I go, the first thing comes into my mind is, probably I don't have time, I don't have money, I think I can't go. The first thing, that's what I used to initially get, the first thought. The intention won't be like, oh, I want to go, but this time when Swamiji said it, no thought, the intention is only to be there. The visualization already went into me that I am there. That's all. I understood it's not a miracle, it is a science. It is a mere science. When I say science, it can be recreated again and again and again. Whenever I want, now I know that I can be there. That's all it is. It is such a wonderful experience. And the gratitude word is too small even to tell to anyone, even to Swamiji. I don't know even what to say about it. And I know that Swamiji wants, we are all the Nithyananda Yogam participants are hand-picked by Swamiji, and it is the responsibility of Swamiji to make us to be here. And from our end, there shouldn't be any resistance. Saying yes to life. When Mahayoga has been telling this for so many months, first thing, maybe she has got something, so she is telling it's not happening for me, how can I say this? Only when you say and experiment it within yourself, then you know it works. Until that time, you'll always be thinking. We would not be able to come to any conclusion. First, jump. Like Swamiji used to say always, don't think before you jump. First jump, then you think. That's what exactly happened. It's a beautiful experience I had. And I have few more experiences to share when I came here to see. That is a pre-Nithyananda Yogam. Moment the intention is there, you are there. And Swamiji will take care of everything. That is a very live proof for so many people. And it has happened to me very strongly this time. And I won't be able to even forget this experience in my life. And the next thing is when I came to this program and attending the Nithyananda Yogam program, and I always used to have little incompletion that, I couldn't able to read through my third eye. I got initiated long time before, but I was not manifesting it. It was given. And when during this program, what happened? We have been initiated into different levels of manifestation. One is the betel leaves. Next is on the mirror, Jnana and Jana has been applied, and there are various different levels of initiation has happened. First 2 times in the betel leaves, I didn't see anything. But one thing I noticed is there is no frustration and there is no sort of giving up. I was keep on looking at, if Sadashiva is going to show me now, let him show. And I'm going to just watch. That's all is a simple thing in my brain. That's it, nothing else. And two times when it got initiated, I didn't see that. But third time, that time Swamiji exactly said that day, I'm going to initiate you guys with the betel leaf and third initiation. And Swamiji said it's going to work this time. You will be able to see it. You will see the breakthrough. That's what exactly Swamiji said. And literally it got into me. Because the listening was there, I know that it's going to happen. Moment Swamiji said breakthrough is going to happen, I already see that it has happened. That listening has happened. Once that listening is there, when I was keep on watching, and maybe 5 or 10 minutes after I was looking at the betel leaves, I saw a small droplet of like a water particle on the Jnana and Jana. I was initially saying, what is this? Because I want to see the Kalabhairava on the gate, Bridhi gate. And I want to see how can I see him here. And when I was keep on looking at it, I slowly started to see the head of the Kalabhairava, and then the body formed, and then the leg, one leg was like a little bit bent and one leg was keeping like this. The whole, behind, like probably sort of behind the round, Kala Chakra. It was shown, and even then I was thinking, am I seeing it? Is it like a cloud? Am I forming something in my mind? What is this happening? Then I thought, okay, let me change to a different deity, see what happens. And again experimented it. Let me see Parani Muruga. I haven't seen Parani Murugan. So I said, let me see Parani Murugan. Let him, Sadashiva, I said, Swamiji, please show Parani Muruga. I want to see it. And moment I said it, within few seconds, I saw that face of that Kalabhairava, like initially like a lean, And then it formed like a beautiful, like a round face, and the hair was from here until, probably until here, shoulder. And I saw, eyes are very small, and moment I saw that, the first thing is, oh, it's so beautiful. In Tamil we used to say as Araga Kumaran. That is what exactly got into my thing. Yes, I see that now. And when I was keep on watching it, I saw the peacock exactly standing in the feet of Muruga. When I saw it, I said, wow, now I can see it. So much of completion happened during that time. When I saw it, wow, I don't know, I want to go to the whole world and tell everyone, hey, I saw this, I saw this. That kind of excitement when I saw that. And not only that, then Sadhana Ayya was there that time. I asked him, Ayya, can I read your Singapore house number or center number or something? He said, yes, you can read. Then I was just connecting to the Singapore, and I was reading. I just saw the number 11 immediately appear on the beetle leaves. Then I asked, Ayya, is it 11? Then he said, no, one more digit is there. Then I found it's 4. Exactly. Which I initially I saw something in Bididi. Now I saw something in Singapore. That is too much. Wow, so many things are happening. And not only that, he didn't stop there. And next, when Swamiji was initiating us into the mirror, and the Jnananjana was applied on the mirror, and initially Swamiji, it basically works on the entanglement. And initially a few Gurukul Balasans were showing that on the mirror, and I couldn't able to see, and I was watching, I couldn't able to see. Then I thought, what is happening? Then I thought, no, I'm not in the listening mode, let me see. Then I said, Swamiji, please show me, I want to see it. And I surrender all my self-doubt and everything, please show me. After some time, one of the Balasans was showing to me, and I literally saw a Ganesha. And without any doubt or any guess or anything, I just told him it's Ganesha. Then he said, yes, it's Ganesha. Then I thought, oh God, now I can see in the mirror also. Then I saw, okay, Gurukul kids are showing to me, and they have so much entanglement with Swamiji. It's happening. Let me try with someone else within our Nithyananda Yogam participant. Then I said, I asked Devarupama, Ma, can I show it to you? I want to show it to you. Can you please read it? She said, yes. Then I was projecting Vaidya Sarovar. And then I showed to Ma Devarupa, and she was keep on looking like this, and I was just keep on projecting it, and I saw it, then I was showing to her. And when she was keep on seeing, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, within that time, she said exactly, it's a Vaidya Sarovar, I can see the Linga, Nandi, and whole thing she saw it. It is not only that I can see, I can also project, I can project to Balasans, I can also project to the other participants, so it is working. Such a great excitement even to share with you. I am keep on visualizing what exactly happened during that moment. Yeah, lots of beautiful experiences happened during this time. And I would really say one thing is, moment Swamiji is inviting someone, or if you have been invited to someone or whatever it is, the first thing I would say, as a science now I know that it works, is just say yes to it. It will definitely has to work. That is the law of cosmos. It has to work. Say yes. That's all my message. Thank you very much.
Nithyananda, my name is Shantini, Nithya Shantini. I'm from Seattle, Washington. I was an undergraduate student at the University of Washington studying biology. I have known Swamiji since I was, I think, 6 or 7 years old. And whenever I came to Bidadi, it was always like coming home for me. So it was always like, because of course Swamiji is father, so coming to Bidadi means coming home and visiting home. Little did I know that when I visited home this summer, I would be staying here and living my life here with Swamiji. And this transformation over the last 3 months, I realized he is preparing me for an ambition that I never could have thought of before. With my, I was going to do medicine, I was going to study medicine, I was going to I was really passionate about gender studies, but when I came here, I realized that Swamiji's ambition for me is even more than what I can even imagine for myself, which I'm so grateful to have. And when I started here, I came here in Varanasi, and Swamiji, for whatever reason, before, when I was back in college, I had a lot of suffering within me, which reasonless suffering. As Swamiji says, there's no actual cause or no actual reason that we carry for suffering. But this, for whatever reason, I was carrying it within me. When I came here, so the first thing that Swamiji had said was, there's enough suffering for you. From now on, I'll take care of you. And one of these moments when I just didn't have to worry at all about whatever I had carried with me from my past. I didn't have to worry about that at all. He just said, I'm going to take care of you. And from then on, I knew that he's going to take care of me, and I'm going to, whatever is going to happen next, even if I don't understand it, I have to agree to it, and I have to be here, and I have to experience what Swamiji is going to give me. One of the things that Swamiji said when the program started, the Nithyananda Yogam program, by then we had come back to Bangalore, Bidadi, in the Bengaluru Adinam. He said that what Swamiji had, the relationship that Swamiji had with Arunagiri Yogeshwara, he is going to give to us. That is what the context of the program was. What he said was, when he was 9 or 10 years old, Swamiji had a darshan of Arunagiri Yogeshwara in Arunachaleshwara temple. And this darshan lasted for 9 whole months, where any chance that he got, he would just be with Arunagiri Yogeshwara. He would just constantly crave him, constantly. When he was not with him, he would constantly crave him. When he was with him, he would just be all over him. He would just be sitting in his lab, laying down in his lab. And Swamiji said that the way that he actually learned all the Vedas, Agamas, all the Hindu traditions and culture that he is teaching us now, he learned from Arunagiri Yogeshwara. And each of those sessions were unstructured sessions, but intense sessions. They had no structure to them. Simply, they would just be sitting in front of him, and they would just be playing whatever. And then, but at the same time, because of Arunagiri Yogeshwara being an incarnation of Sadashiva himself, the process itself, just sitting, was a way for Swamiji to learn, and an initiation for Swamiji. He said that when this program began, that is what we want, or that is what he wants for each of these participants, for each of us. Which actually shows us how much he is willing to give us, how much he is opening to us. Swamiji has said also that whatever he is doing now, his mission and his vision, everything that he has done, everything that he is doing, and everything that he will do, all of that, he said it is because of those 9 months he had spent with Arunagiri Yogeshwara. And he said just those 9 months gave me the inspiration in order to do what I am doing now. With that, we can all say that these 3 months that we're spending with Swamiji is giving us the inspiration and the training in order to go out and do and carry out his vision. And for me, myself, I would like to make sure that whatever he is giving me now, I myself want to give it to other people. And he is currently giving me the inspiration in order to give any joy, any care that he is giving. I in turn want to give that to other people. Any of the Hindu scripture that he is teaching us, we have to carry that out to the world. He is inspiring us constantly to be a part of his vision. And for that, I have to thank Swamiji, and not only Swamiji, but the entire Hindu sampradaya that has brought us here. With that, thank you, Swamiji. Thank you so much.
Nithyananda, everyone. My name is Pushkar. I'm from Melbourne, Australia, and I work there as a channel manager. And I'll tell you a little bit about how I came to Nithyananda Yogam as well. So it was Friday afternoon, and I was deciding to just pack up and finish up. I was at work, and my boss, my managing director, and the COO call me in the office, and they tell me that that day would be my last day at work. So I was getting a redundancy. Immediately, the thought that was going in my head was, if something appears to be bad, it necessarily doesn't mean that it's not going to raise you. So I was trying to repeat that, and till I reached home, that thought was still with me, but a little bit of disappointment was starting to sink in as well. And to my amazement, in the evening, I received an email from Biridhi saying that Swamiji has asked me to come to Nithyananda Yogam. So a part of me was just jumping up in joy, because I never expected something like this to happen to me. But why I say a part of me was jumping up in joy was the other part of me was saying that there is no way on earth my dad is going to agree to letting me go. So I instantly started to think of what I'm going to say to him. And the reason why my dad wouldn't let me go is because the last 12 months I was on a sabbatical, was on a break. And before Swamiji, my dad has been like my guru. So I decided to call up my dad, and I made a good plan about what I was going to say, how I was going to lay the groundwork, and tell him that this is exactly why I need to go. It ended up in a conversation where only he was doing the talking. And after about half an hour's time, he expressed his serious concern and said that there is no chance that I'll be going. Now, I'm 35, and pretty much I've never not agreed with my dad, and also because that as he was, he still is to a point, he was my guru as well. So it was a very hard conversation that I had with him, but I was very clear in my head that I just had to go. There was no way that I was going to turn this down. So I decided to write a really long email to my dad, giving him point-by-point reasoning why I am going. And in the end, I wasn't actually asking for his permission. I was just telling him, Dad, I'm going, I love you, and I really want you to support me. So that was that. So that's how I decided to come here. And something I've always felt about feeling connection with Swamiji, and one thing I'll ensure everyone who is blessed enough to come to this, that every day they spend here with Swamiji, their love for him will just exponentially grow every single minute. So I wanted to share about one day, which is Krishna Janmashtami. which is the birthday of Lord Krishna, where Swamiji blessed us with the bhava of Lord Krishna, where we had peacock feathers, and he was giving us dollops of butter. And we were all dancing in bliss with the Gurukul students, with the Gurukul Balasans. And one thing about the Gurukul Balasans is that they are absolutely amazing, and they have such a magnetism about them. That you just start to want that energy, just the way they dance, the way they move, their integrity with Swamiji, their love. It's, you get to experience what it is to function through having that unconditional flow. And I think just being around them is also raising us in an amazing way. So that was all in the day. In the evening, we had some other plans. We actually had some fantastic Vedic games. So the first game was we had to break Krishna's clay pot, and the matti. And basically, you're standing underneath a frame of 30 feet, and you have a stick in your hand, which is about 3 feet tall, and the matki only comes down, say, about till 16 feet, and it is propelled by a rope which Swamiji has in his hands, and he is tempting you by pulling it up and down, because you only get one shot. You only get one shot at trying to hit it. So the idea is to try and hit it and break it, and if you are able to do that, you actually get Swamiji's armlet as the reward for that. And should I mention that right under the frame is a sea of Gurukul Balasans who have buckets of turmeric water, and they are just simply waiting to slap you with it as hard as they can with the most excited faces that you'll ever see. So that was an amazing, amazing experience. I think all of us got into that. Now, I am a person who doesn't participate in a lot of things, and for quite a few years, and somehow being in this energy space, it has given me the boost to be able to share, to be able to get myself involved. And in the first game, in the first round, what that did was, for me, is it gave me a taste of what fun is again, after quite a long time. So the second game, that was Kabaddi, and the third was Tug of War. Now, both of these are games which were involving team sport. So it's basically a group of people, and they're all playing it together. And there was such a lot of reluctance in me to be able to get in and play. I was firstly thinking about how to get out of it. And then I still remember the taste of fun from the previous game, and I thought, okay, look, I'm going to do this. I'm here for a reason, let's do this. So I got involved in the Kabaddi, and I got involved in the Tug of War. And even after my hands almost got a little bit torn because of how hard I was pulling and committing to what I was doing, that I just did not care, and I just did not want to give up. And I think after I can say about almost 2 decades in my life, I kind of realized what it is to not be a bystander in your own life and to become a participant in it. So there is just so many things, I think, here, which, there is the manifest and the unmanifest. All of it exists in this realm. And I'm talking about just Biridi right now. And every person that you will meet, I felt in my case was Swamiji talking to me himself. Like, for example, I was never going to have this sharing today, but for some reason, day before yesterday, I went and completed with Kala Bhairava and for about an hour about just this. And yesterday I sat down with Ma Anu and had a chat about exactly this again. And somehow it prepared me to be able to step into life again. And I just want to leave you all with, if you are blessed enough to have the opportunity to come to Nithyananda Yogam, do not miss it, because it may never, the door may never knock again. Thank you.
Nithyanandam, everyone. I'm very blessed to be here to begin with. Unlike the other participants here, I'm a very fresh IA graduate. I just finished the IA in July, and I got this invitation. I have to say the two best things I've done in my life till now. The first one is to make the decision to attend IA. It has transformed my life. It has completely changed me as a person. The first major decision is to do the IA. I've been speaking to a couple of my friends right now, and they've been asking me, bombarding me with questions on how IA is and why we should attend IA and stuff like that. And I've been speaking to them and telling them, explaining to them what IA is. But actually I think I can't. I really can't explain what IA is. If you're slightly inclined towards spirituality, I guess you will have to make that intention. That's all. All you need to do is make an intention, and Swamiji brings you here. I am the, let's call it, I am the example for it. See, I'm a very spiritual person. All I need to do to get to an IA was make an intention. And I got here. And what happened in IA is a completely different story for us, a full day for me to share, so I won't go there and get into Nithyananda Yogam. As soon as I got the invite to Nithyananda Yogam, I knew I was going. I run a business in Dubai. I'm a managing partner for an events business in Dubai. It's a startup company. We had freshly started it up. We have spent a lot of money, invested in the company. We are just getting along. We got our first profit, and so everything was happening very well. But the IA shook me so much, I didn't want to go back. I told Swamiji, I want to be with you. I know I have my business, I have a lot of things I've just started, but something in Swamiji pulled me so strongly. I said, Swamiji, I want to be with you. Swamiji then got the invite for the Nithyananda Yogam, and I said, okay, I'm going. I came here to the Nithyananda Yogam. First thing, I didn't know anything about Nithyananda Yogam. I haven't been part of the Sangha, so I don't know anything. So I walk in, and as soon as I walk in, it's this hall, and Swamiji is giving a discourse to close to about 3,000 to 4,000 people. And I come in and I sit there, and Swamiji casually announces during the satsang, everyone who is part of the Nithyananda Yogam, please come and sit next to me on the stage. He said that first. I looked at him and is like, okay, there's someone who's calling, and I sat there. And he mentioned this again the second time. Everyone who is part of the Nithyananda Yogam, come and sit next to me on the stage. I still didn't get it. I am part of Nithyananda Yogam, and I'm supposed to go sit next to Swamiji on the stage. Then the third time, Swamiji looked straight into my eyes and said, Kumaraguru, you're part of Nithyananda Yogam, come and sit next to me on the stage. That's actually when I understood the magnitude of Nithyananda Yogam. I'm like, I'm a fresh IA graduate. First thing, how did Swamiji even remember my name? And second thing is calling me to sit next to him on the stage. So this took me by shock. But I came, obviously, and sat next to him, and it's been magical ever since. Let me describe it. So I've seen Swamiji in July, but every time I see him, I see a different aspect of Swamiji. It's literally living with the cosmic CEO. Everything Swamiji does. There's no doubt in my mind he's the cosmic CEO, but on planet Earth, how is Sadashiva going to manage us human beings on planet Earth? That's what I'm getting to learn. Usually he starts his day with his morning walk. He usually walks very casually around the Adinam. And he has the Balasins walking around him, and sometimes he calls us and we get to walk around him in his breathing space. And the way he talks, the way he tells everyone what his vision is, what he's planned for them, and he micromanages every single detail, and somehow he remembers everything. He remembers, he picks up at the mistake that's been made. He tells them, okay, this was the direction I gave you, but this didn't happen. And he remembers every project he has given. The project has not taken place, the project which is going ahead. And you see him doing the CEO of the Cosmos work from the morning walk. After that, he usually satsang. Everybody is familiar with what Swamiji does in the satsang. I'm going to move on to AP. He usually finishes his satsang, goes and sits on a swing in AP. The first time I entered AP, I felt like, no jokes apart, I felt like something very, very magical was happening. Then, looking at Swamiji, behind him there's a Nadraja statue, and there are statues all around AP. I have to say, if Kailash had a physical dimension, I think it's an AP. And everything in AP is magical. The food, everyone has mentioned the food. The food is amazing. The hospitality is amazing. You feel at home. I think there's no better word to say than you feel at home. You're so welcome. Swamiji looks at you and all you can see is love in his eyes. You feel so welcome. So other thing I want to talk about is how Swamiji sits on the swing. He swings a little bit and talks to us. Then one day he did explain, when we guys are sitting around him in the swing, we feel sometimes that there is a space in between us. So one day when he was going to reveal the cosmic truths, the cosmic sutras, what he did was he came and sat on the ground and he said, please come and sit around us. We all ran and sat next to him. And Swamiji did explain, see, when you guys were sitting far away, there seemed to be a gap. But when you guys came and sat next to me, the space seemed to have expanded. And trust me, that's the truth. That's exactly how each one of us felt. When we sat so tight next to him, our space literally expanded. And what was Swamiji doing? He was sharing the cosmic truths. He was sharing the most deepest secrets to us in that setting. There's no other word. I think blessing is too short a word to describe than what was happening to us then. That's one aspect of Swamiji. The other aspect of Swamiji, I think no inner awakening participant can get, or very few even Adinavasis get to see, is Swamiji taking a nap. The first time I saw Swamiji just taking a nap, keeping his hand to his side and just taking a nap, I looked at him and everybody is looking at Swamiji. The first thing I felt was the most cutest thing you can probably see. And it's just not cuteness there. It's something beyond cuteness. The intensity is there. The powerfulness is there. The day before this happened, Swamiji was talking about Ganpati. And I looked at Swamiji and it's like, even if 1,000 Ganpatis are put together, the cuteness won't match what was there. By the way, it wasn't just me who had this feeling. Everyone in the Nithyananda Yogam at the same time had this feeling. So we were just looking at Swamiji, me and Ramanujam and Pushkar, were talking about it, and we were just walking around and talking about and how cute Swamiji is. And we've been whispering to each other from back in Adinavasi. A Swami looked at us and laughed and is like,
wise do that.
And we're talking about it, and from back, a Swami looks at us and smiles. And that's what we've been doing for so long. You guys have just come here. So that's some of the stuff you get. Inner Awakening is a must-do program for anyone who hasn't done Inner Awakening. Get here. But Nithyananda Yogam is to make you yogis, is to make you Nithyananda yogis. And I can't even explain to you what that means. So please don't miss an opportunity if you get a chance. It's like 1,000 IAs put together in a very casual setting. See, what Swamiji said was the Nithyananda Yogam group. Why is he doing this? Is to share, to transmit the experience that Swamiji had with Arunagiri Yogeshwara. Not only the experience, the friendliness that he had. He wants to transmit that to us, so that even if you take 1% of what he had with Arunagiri Yogeshwara, if he's able to transfer it to it, and if we are able to hold it, if we are able to hold what Swamiji gives, I think we'll be Bill Gates and the materialistic, we'll be heroes in the materialistic world if that is what you're looking for. Because he's training us in every aspect. He's training us on how to manage projects. He's training us on how to micromanage projects. He's training us on how not to get overwhelmed when you're handling multiple projects. So he's literally training us to be CEOs of the outer world and also CEOs of your inner world, to micromanage your inner thoughts, your inner feelings, and to develop this feeling connection with Swamiji so that we can love him more, fall in love with Sadashiva, fall in love with Swamiji. So this is what he is training us for. Let's say most of you guys are Inner Awakening graduates. You guys would have all experienced the famous Q&A session with Swamiji. Everybody loves the Q&A session with Swamiji. Nithyananda Yogam is a 24/7, 3-month Q&A with Swamiji. You get to ask him about sacred secrets. You can get to ask him about hidden truths. You can get to ask him about fake gurus. So you can ask him anything you want. And you can ask him over a cup of coffee. You can ask him over a plate of idli or dosa. And it's all happening in Kailash. So anybody gets an invite, I think you shouldn't miss it. You definitely shouldn't miss it. One more thing, he's been sharing a lot of experiences with us. I have so much thing to talk about. Swamiji did a Karaseva where we were with him. Swamiji did a power manifestations session in silence. Every single hour we spent with Swamiji has been magical. This one thing I want to share is during the Janmashtami where Swamiji, we were setting the stage for Swamiji. Swamiji was sat there and we were all behind Swamiji and it was drizzling a little bit. Swamiji very casually looked up and sang a very famous English rhyme. Rain, rain, go away, come again another day. And I looked up and the clouds literally the same second disappeared. And this is not only my experience, and this is an experience of all Nithyananda Yogam participants. They can all watch for this. And even if I had a doubt when that happened, it keeps happening every time. So you can't doubt that. So other time, Swamiji was giving a brahmachari initiation. We were sat there. Again, it was going to drizzle. Swamiji very casually said, rain, rain, go away, come again another day. And the clouds just disappeared. So, see, you won't have any doubts when you're part of Nithyananda Yogam. Miracles just keep happening as every minute happens. What Swamiji has told us, he's going to combine all the experiences he's told us, the cosmic truths he's revealed to us. He's going to pack it. He's going to pack it and put it into one and give it during the Paramashivoham 2016. If you're part of Swamiji or if you want to meet Swamiji, I think Paramashivoham would be a very good starting point or a point where you can get this 3-month experience that we have had with Swamiji in one single place. See, none of us here were able to share the cosmic truths Swamiji has revealed, and I don't think anybody can ever do. So Swamiji said he's going to experientially transmit that experience, those truths into us in Sadashivoham. I'm very, very excited to come to Sadashivoham, Trinidad and Tobago, be with Swamiji. I hope you do as well. See you in Sadashivoham. Thank you.
just wanted to add something here. 4 years ago, in the Kumbh Mela that happened in Allahabad, I was in Bidadi, had just gone back, and Swamiji on morning satsang said, people that attend satsangs regularly, you should come here. And he called my name. He said, Anupama and a few others, you should come here. I didn't move fast enough then. By the time I came, the first Shahi Snan was over, and the second Shahi Snan didn't happen at all. Why I remembered is, Swamiji, the pin you're wearing on your turban is what I gave you then during the Pada Puja, because I came in time for the second Shahi Snan time. And I really believe that not going when he called me then has added 4 years to my journey. I know when he said I should have just moved. And this has been a good learning, Nithyananda Yogam. He said, come, I'm here. Now he's telling all of us, Sadashivoham, come. He said, every IA grad, every Shuddhadvaitam grad, anyone who's attended a program, you have a right to come to Sadashivoham. That is, you have a check. It's already written out, and it would just be non-intelligent not to exercise it. So please exercise your right to be at Sadashivoham. Be there. Do not add any delay, because we are with an avatar who's here after many, many thousands of years. And just to be in his breathing space, to have this opportunity with him, is something that billions of people do not have. Just exercise your right to be there. Exercise your right to miracles that he can cause in your life, and be there. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you. Pranam, Swamiji.
It's already 10:54. Actually, I thought I'll answer some of your questions today. It's already 10:54, means around 11. But surely I'll continue to answer the questions which you guys sent in the further satsangs. If not all of them, at least few I'll answer. Now it is time. Today we have many things lined up. Special kirtan. Still Ganesha Utsava is going on. Still the deity is not immersed. The Visarjana has not yet happened. So still Ganesha Utsava is going on. So the kirtan. And today we are going to have a Karaseva. And above all, today I am going to have an important session about this third eye. 1,000 lamp will be energized. The lamp we have behind the Dvajastamba will be lit, and I am going to do a third eye process with all the Nithyananda Yogam participants and Balasans and Adinavasis. It is actually that lamp is used for a process where the thousands of light is there in the darkness. All your attention and consciousness is demanded, which breaks open your third eye. So the lamp is used for that purpose. We have got the lamp, but we never had the technique or the process done. Maybe today we will be having in the night the technique, the process done. And so today whole day we have a Karaseva under the banyan tree. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, visitors who came for today for the Sunday LSP session. Even all of them can come and participate under the banyan tree. The temple building Karaseva, Sadashiva's temple building Karaseva. The historical happening of the golden temple building for Sadashiva Karaseva. For that you are welcome to come and join. And today evening, night, it will become night, at least it will become 9 or 10 o'clock. We will be having the third eye initiation process with this Sahasradipa Stamba. See, when it is completely dark, only one lamp, your eyes will be demanded only very little bit. But completely dark, but 1,000 lamp, naturally your eyes will be demanded completely. Your attention will be demanded in a gentle way. If it is huge fire, it will be demanded wildly. You will not allow the, see, the demanding has to be gentle and strong. Gentle means attention based and multiple. If it is a huge fire, you will naturally feel that your eyes will not be able to handle it. So you will turn your eyes and you will divert your attention. You will not be gazing at it. Multiple number of fire, but not huge, is a methodology through which your whole attention is demanded gently. It's one of the powerful methodology to rub your third eye with your attention. So all the devotees, disciples, anybody is welcome to come and do the process. I will be guiding it in English. The process will be guided in English, and anyone is welcome to come and participate, even if you are not an IA grad. And two-way video conferencing, participants, all of you can attend from wherever you are, even through Nithyananda TV. It will be live relayed. You can attend. It may be around 9 to 10, based on the darkness. When it gets completely dark in Bangalore Adinam, it will be based on that. So I will not be able to give a specific time. It's only based on how quickly it becomes dark. If it becomes dark by 7 o'clock itself, we may start also. If it takes little time to become completely dark, we may do it 9 or whatever time. So you are free to come, and it will be open in two-way and Nithyananda TV, both. So it is one of the beautiful process described in Agama, where thousands of light are lit, which is small. So your attention is demanded in a strong but gentle way. See, if it is only strong, huge fire, there is no gentleness. So you will not be using third eye. You will not be putting your attention and rubbing it on third eye. So it will only be ending up in diversion, eyes burning and all that. Same way, just one lamp, small fire also will not be demanding it. Small fires, multiple. That is why the Sahasradipa Stambhas are used in our tradition. So we will be using the pure ghee and pure cotton and lighting the Sahasradipa Stambha and having this meditation on third eye. And I will also be energizing all the Deepa. We will be producing a large Jnananjana. So get ready for the wonderful time. Today sunset is forecasted as 6:23 p.m. So I expect at least 1.5 hours for the complete darkness to happen after sunset. After sunset, at least 1.5 hours for the complete darkness to happen, based on the time and the complete darkness we will be doing the process. Now after the darshan, I will be going to the banyan tree for Sadashiva's temple Karaseva, to build Sadashiva's temple. See, if you just do some workout and reduce weight, you will only lose weight. You will not gain anything. If you work for Sadashiva's temple and lose weight, you will lose weight and gain punya. இடையை குறைத்து சிவன் படையின் பாகமாய் மாறுவோம். So, today ashram, all departments holiday. I wanted all the Adinavasis to be there. Other than the administration, Adhikaranandi department, all the Adinavasis, Sacred Arts and all the Adinavasis to be there under the banyan tree after the darshan. With this, I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Saivam, the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.